You can, James. You can.
You can. Oh my God! What was that?
I don't know.
What the
Hola,
hell?
amigos, and welcome to the Markout Mania.
Holy shit!
I am Pedro Boricadro, getting some Spaniard, and and with us is James the Extreme Sorno, aka Jim House. How's everything in Jim's house?
Everything is good, my friend. Everything is good. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do it. After watching that intro, definitely.
Yeah. And hey, no sound effects today. Okay, no sound effects.
Oh,
Just
Jesus.
I have some simple facts and some simple props to give you. We've got someone who's so super famous. He has not just one action figure. He has not just one action figure. He has now two action figures. It's the God of Thunder, Zeus King Narc. How are you?
Lord.
He's got two action figures, James.
Zeus got two action figures. I'm gonna put a tape online.
Actually, this I have three action figures because I made one of my own.
Oh, that's right.
This guy he's just straight up super famous. That's it. Even Tanahashi's getting jealous. Ace is like, hey, how come you didn't make me an action figure? What the hell?
You know, James, I now want to see a Dollar Tree version of a Tanahashi figure.
You just might get it.
Just might get it. It'll have the belt will transform into him or like Okada.
If Tanahashi's on the new AEW video game, I'm sure that's what it'll look like.
Oh,
is
God.
he?
I heard that game looks like
No, I'm saying if he is.
Oh, shit. I heard that game looks like shit.
The graphics that I've seen, that one thing I posted, was it yesterday? The thing about them all looking like that Jim Carrey deal from
like the Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah, it's kind of true. They all do have this weird thing, like their teeth are
MJF looked horrible. Yeah, it's like
everyone looks awful. The game does look bad, but people are like, "Oh, you get to do the skating and all this kind of stuff."
No. I played the WWE.
It looks like the ECW video game from
that was horrible. That was horrible.
99.
Yeah.
It looks really, really bad.
I mean,
I played WWE. I played the 2K.
Yes.
That game is ridiculous. So there's no way in hell that this game's going to come close. No way. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I was in the Royal Rumble a couple of weeks ago. It was fun.
Oh, did you win?
No.
What number did you come in on?
I came in, I believe it was 18.
Oh, that's not a bad number.
No. And then I think I lasted till about 7th person left. I was the 7th person left, something like that. And I got tossed on my ass by fucking what's his name?
No,
fucking shitbird who sucks. Baron
Bastion Booger.
Bastion Booger. Bastion Booger.
Zeus, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I thought, like, there was talk at some point that somebody was going to revive the game engine from the Nintendo 64 games.
Yeah.
For a wrestling game. And I loved those games. I loved the, WCW, NWO World Tour, the WrestleMania 2000, the No Mercy. I love those. Those had great mechanics and stuff.
Mm.
Was Revenge the game I'm thinking about from
Yeah.
That one is awesome. I think I still
Yeah,
have
that's
it
all the
somewhere.
same. It's all the same engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have that one somewhere. That one
Not
was
for
awesome.
nothing,
He
but
had all those
wrestling.
characters.
Not for nothing, but wrestling games now very intricate. You can spend an hour just building your own character before you even get into a ring. You build your character. You enter your storyline. You get to pick if you're heel or face. You get drafted to SmackDown, Raw, or NXT. I mean, it's wild. Loving is just picking Bret Hart and just going for the belt.
Yeah, and what was fun is I remember changing. I can't remember if it was Revenge or World Tour, but you could change the wrestlers' names and their appearance. Like what they were wearing, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and like I think I made. I think I turned, and you could, because you could change your name. Like I remember, I made Doom out of two guys, and I enjoyed that.
Hey, before we get into some stuff, I just want to say super fast. Rest in peace to Yukiko Takayama. She was the screenwriter for Terror of Mechagodzilla from '75, which is as we know, is one of my very favorite Godzilla films. I just want to
rest in peace.
Oh wow.
The return of Dark Side of the Ring season 4 premiered, which was pretty cool. It was all right.
Oh yeah, I heard that a lot of the wrestlers were saying they were pretty emotional about that. I think Blue Meanie said it was brought back a lot of memories, and
because the whole thing with Chris Candido and Sonny,
Did they have a lot of footage of Lance Storm? Because he said they interviewed him for 2 hours.
They have footage of Lance Storm, but there wasn't, they have footage of their interviews of Lance Storm saying that, what was interesting is that how close he was to being a body Donna. It was supposed to be him, and actually not Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Which is funny because his body was not a real.
Right, exactly.
I mean, he was like, the first time I saw the body Donnas, I was just like, well, one of them is pretty much in shape and all, and the other one makes him look like a joke. If it had been Lance, at least they both would have looked the part.
Yeah. But the Tom Pritchard was saying that was the worst gimmick ever. It was horrible. He couldn't stand it, and it was interesting. You see the rise and fall of Chris Candido, and and the fucking Sonny was just a wow. You want to talk about what? You want to talk about whore? No, hold on. No, this guy. No, hey, listen. It was on TV, so it's public consumption. Okay, it's already out there. It's already out there.
Everyone at the conclusion, they're like, and Sonny is still a whore.
No, they were showing this shit where Chris Candido was actually in the ring, and while he was in the ring during his match, Sonny was backstage trying to get it on with the feud of wrestlers while he's actually wrestling.
Yeah, damn.
And then, like the minute he stopped, she'd stop. They showed this on TV. I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's the person where, there's something wrong, because if you have to, like, are you that much in need for attention? I mean, like, come on. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she puts Paulina to shame.
Yeah, she's got more issues than a comic book store.
That's hot.
That's pretty good.
That was good, Zeus. Yeah, I'm saying, but it was such it was a bit of a heart wrenching episode, you know.
Yeah.
And it was tough. And then they show Sonny, or she had like something like 17 DUIs, and she fucking killed a man.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh well, she's like a fucking pure sociopathic, you know.
You remember a few years ago when she was like, I'm officially putting myself on the market for a sugar daddy. I'm willing to settle
Oh
down.
my god!
Zeus, we can do better than that. Do you remember when she was paying, when she had a thing that people could pay to like get in bed with her?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Terrible.
yeah.
Oof.
Then there was a short-lived porno career. Yeah. She was hard. It's just you know, fall from grace.
Mentioning her porn thing. There was on the Death Valley Driver, someone got the video, and they did a play-by-play review of it.
Oh Lord!
And it was a hilarious read because they made notes, like they said at one point she farted and all this kind of stuff. They made all kind of notes. It was pretty hilarious read, but I can't.
She
remember.
But the thing she done was nasty too. I mean, you know, she would go on podcasts and tell people, "Oh, I slept with this wrestler. I slept with that wrestler. Aren't you proud of me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, I got pictures of Dolph Ziggler while he was sleeping. I got pictures of this person. I got pictures of that person. I mean, that really what your claim to fame to be? Meanwhile, poor Chris Candido, you know, he's like, you know, it's sad.
James, we love wrestling, right? We all love wrestling. But we also all know wrestlers are some of the scummiest, weirdest people.
You don't got to tell me. Yeah, I know.
They really, you know, that is the thing. Is this?
New Jack. Sorry.
Hey, now. At least he was honest about it.
Yeah, true.
He wasn't.
True.
You know, I mean, it's just we know it's a industry full of scummy people that were trained by scummy people that were trained by scummy people.
Oh, James Ellsworth. Oh.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just the list goes on and on. I mean, we can go on, you know, and that's why there's no point in, you know, going too deep on this because you know we've seen
but
so many.
I feel bad for Candido doing all this. You know.
Well, you know.
I mean, was he a masochist?
Well, but I mean, he hung around, right?
Yeah.
Like we all know there's always the option to take off. So I mean, I don't know if it was a deal he felt responsibility because he helped bring her into the business or whatever.
And he died just so he could get on TV and put an angle on.
I know the way he died was pretty stupid on his part. I mean, I understand, but it was dumb.
That's horrible. That's a way to kick off a fucking Dark Side of the Ring season 4. Oh, Zeus! This week coming up is going to be Magnum TA.
Oh, nice. That should be interesting.
Yeah, that should be very interesting.
Especially since he's still with us.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I want to hear the shit that he has to say. You know.
I mean, you know, honestly, you know, there's things he could complain about, but I mean, the point where he, you know, had the wreck and everything. I mean, that was all on him, and you know, he was treated super great. I mean, he was allowed to get away with, you know, some really shitty squash matches. I'll never forget, you know, them bringing Kamala back just so he could, you know, Magnum could squash him in like 30 seconds.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
That was terrible, you know.
Yeah.
And then that's, you know, Kamala left, you know, Jim Crockett and went to, you know, WWF for the rest of his career. So
I just hope we get Magnum TA apologizing to Tully Blanchard for shoving his crotch in his face for the entirety of that match. Well, I remember when I've told you all this story before when my brother and I rewatched that match a few years ago, the the I Quit match or
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
in the cage. And I couldn't unsee that he just kept shoving his crotch in Tully Blanchard's face repeatedly over and over. Every time he's doing the microphone thing, he's got like the mic in his crotch and both of them in his face. And you're
He's
just like,
teabagging him the whole match.
Yeah.
You can't unsee it. Like when,
that was one of my favorite matches of all time back then, because that was an awesome thing back then to see, you know?
Yeah, that feud was so hot. I mean, everybody wanted, Tully to get, to lose lose the U.S. title. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Tully was hated. Dude, no one liked him.
Tully was getting the best of Magnum. He was getting the best of Dusty. I mean, he was,
He was awesome back in the day.
Yeah, he was, still fantastic singles wrestler. And it's
I
funny
liked
too,
him with Baby Doll too. I mean, I liked him with Baby Doll.
It's funny too because there's sometimes I tell people, it's like, Tully Blanchard was U.S. heavyweight champion. He was right there. Arn never won the U.S. title. Arn never won anything, except he won the national title, I think.
Yeah.
Or did he? I don't know.
Yeah, he did because
let's see.
that was when they was using that yellow version of the belt or that fake gold version of the belt.
I don't remember a yellow version of it.
Yeah, remember Orange TV title?
Let's see. Yeah, I remember his TV title.
Okay, well, they had like a brown and yellow version of it, and they used it for like the national championship.
That was Tully.
Tully who had that? Yep. Oh, okay. All right, I'm sorry about that.
Arn the TV title 4 times, tag team titles, tag team.
Thanks for correcting me, Zeus. I thought that was Arn.
Yeah, no, because they did some photos, and they did a lot of photos where Tully was wearing a national belt and Arn was wearing a TV title.
Right.
He was national tag team champion at one point.
Right. That was the whole thing that brought the Horsemen together was Arn coming to Georgia, and he broke up Ole Anderson and Thunderbolt Patterson.
That's right. Yep.
As national tag team champions, and then Thunderbolt took Mania Fernandez as his partner, and Ole took Arn.
The Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez.
And Tully Blanchard he's got NWA Central States heavyweight title, TV title, national title, United States title, World Tag Team, United States Heavyweight Championship tournament. NDW. What the fuck is NDW?
Didn't he win like the Houston version?
Oh,
of the
New Dimension
title?
Wrestling. That was just a small local one.
Oh, okay. I don't know that one. Yeah, he's had a ton of titles.
Yeah.
Did he win a bunch of straps in Houston too?
Yeah, that Southwest Championship. Yeah. Him and Gino.
Yeah.
He was Southwest heavyweight champion 6 times. Southwest TV champion 3 times. Him and Gino were Southwest World Tag Team Champions twice. Southwest Tag Team Champions 5 times. Dang. Yeah. Zeus and I were talking last week, and we were talking about Tully a bit, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were talking about how good he was just as a singles. Like, he gets written as just a tag team guy for sort of pop reasons, but he had such a big singles career.
Yeah. He's missed.
But James,
like everything he did, he was able to just get up there and piss people off.
Yeah.
James,
yes,
you watched everything under the sun last weekend. Everything.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Give us the report on your wrestling weekend, because you watched everything.
Well, yeah, I watched. Okay, I watched everything. I watched the Dynamite, AEW Dynamite, and Rampage leading up to the pay per view, which was Double or Nothing. We watched that. I watched the Friday Night SmackDown. I watched Night of Champions. I watched NXT, and then I watched NXT Battleground. So it was fun times. I'm going to tell you this. Okay, I have more fun interacting with Lux than I did watching the fucking wrestling matches. Yeah, because on the two major shows, okay, because you know the opener is supposed to get the matches going, so it's supposed to get the crowd going. Okay, you had Night of Champions on Saturday. The opener was Seth Rollins and fucking AJ Styles. So I'm thinking, okay, proper way to open the show. These two will get the crowd amped. Wrong. Slow motion. It was like, I'll do one move, stop, rest. I'll do another move, stop, and rest. We'll look at each other for half an hour, and then we'll do another move. No good. You're no good. That was horrible. So I'm chopping on that, and then, like Lux and I going back and forth on that. Then, on fucking AEW, I forgot what the opening match was, but it was...
Battle Royal.
Yeah. No. The Battle Royal was good. It was good. But for them, it was good. So I'm like, okay, this is better. This
Adam Cole, Chris Jericho.
Yeah, that finish was the worst finish I've ever seen in my... First of all, if it's an unsanctioned match, then why are you stopping the match as a referee? Wrong call. So let's just... I was like, you fucked this whole thing up. That's second. And third, finally, on NXT Battleground, we finally got a proper opening match to get the crowd amped up. It was Joe Gacy, Wesley, and Tyler Bate in a triple threat. That was for the North American Championship. That was a proper opening match because that got everybody on his feet. Okay? The NXT pay-per-view had the highs of the highs and the lowest of the lows. I love the opening match. And then you had the Heritage Cup match with Dragon Lee and Noam Dar. Oh my God! You could have made a Botchamania video just from that match by itself.
Yeah.
Okay, the fucking missed spot off the apron, fucked up like 2 headlock takeovers. It was like they didn't want to work with each other. That's what it looked like. It looked like to me, it was like these two guys didn't want to work with each other. Not good. Okay, in the AEW shit, I expect dumb shit, but the dumbest shit I saw in that entire pay-per-view was it was a tie. First of all, fucking Nick Jackson goes for a super kick and the guy in the head. When he connects, his foot explodes. His super kick explodes.
Oof.
I was like, this isn't fucking death match. Well, what the fuck? It exploded like the IWA King of the Death Match after a super kick to the head. I just laughed my ass off for about 20 minutes. And then they took off his sock, right? After they put thumbtacks on the ring, and they stomped his foot into the thumbtacks. I'm like, okay. And then he no-sells it by giving a super kick with the same foot. I'm like, what? Okay, and done. I was done. I was cracking jokes with Lux for about 20 minutes after that. But that was the best part because every night I kept going at it. On the Raw side of things, on WWE side of things, one of the most underwhelming finishes to a title match of all time. They ended Bianca Belair's historic streak with a finger to the eye by Asuka.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Asuka spit the blue mist in her fingers and then put the fingers in fucking Bianca Belair's eye. And the DK, that's how the match ended. Boom, a kick to the head, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
She gave her the Tajiri kick.
Yeah. And I'm like, are you shitting me? This is how you end her streak? Like this? I mean, let's talk about ending streaks. Fucking Jay Cargill. Okay?
Oh yeah. The way they handled that, it was atrocious.
Okay, now, what I read was that they say that Statlander was going to get the strap as soon as she came back. Okay, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. But if you're going to do it right. I mean, that was weak, man. It was after she beats Taya, and then all of a sudden here comes fucking Boschlander comes out and wins. No, it was just horrible. The best. I had fun watching all three shows for various reasons. It was more about joking with us than the actual wrestling I was watching, because the actual wrestling I was watching was, eh. I mean, I marked out a couple of times,
but,
a couple of things. It's just
that pay-per-view $50, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, trust me, I watched Lux order it. I was like, $49.99. Knock yourself out, chief.
I mean, that should come with a bump of Tony Khan's finest, white powder there.
What? Zeus, not only did I watch the pay-per-view, I watched the fucking media scrum.
Ugh, you wanted the media scrum?
Why
Lux is all,
How many beers did you drink?
Lux is all, he is all in.
You were stuck there. Your eyelids were stuck open and you couldn't get out of your couch, right? Is that what it was?
James,
basically.
You needed to like ring us twice and then a third time to let us know you were in trouble.
Right?
It's hey, you know what? I give the man credit. He's all in. He watches. He's watching everything. All Japan. New Japan, AEW. He's all in, and and I'm like, good for you. You're gonna get into it. Good for you. Are you happy watching it? He's happy watching it. I'm happy cracking jokes about it. So it was good. Because I was chopping. I was cracking jokes. Okay, I mean, that Anarchy in the Arena match, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Right. The band was a live band playing the intro music to somebody. I forgot. The band kept playing until the middle of the match. They literally kept playing until until one of the band members got super kicked.
Yeah, good.
Of course, they got to get super kicked.
And the band was literally playing for it felt like 15 fucking minutes, 20 minutes. I was like, what's going on?
To rewind a small bit here. So the Jade Cargill thing, I just saw results and stuff as things were happening, but it blew my mind that they have this terrible green wrestler go undefeated for 2+ years with over 500-day title reign, and the way they decide to end both things, the undefeated streak, because she never lost a match, because all her matches have been in AEW, so she's never lost a match. She's got this super long title reign, and the way they end both things is she has a match, and then after the match, someone comes out and wins an impromptu match. That's how they.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, nope.
It's like the booking is as green as the wrestler we're talking about.
I can't even tell you who's booking AEW. I have no clue. But how do you just leave? How do you leave the booking meeting and go, yeah, that's good?
I can tell you who's doing the booking. Okay. You're so good.
No, but guys, how do you leave the booking meeting going, feeling good about yourself after putting together a show like that?
James, look,
they feel great about themselves.
Yeah, I mean, James, look, is it AEW? Does it have the logo in the corner?
Yeah.
Is it an AEW branded show? Did they have an AEW branded match? Are these AEW branded wrestlers? The fans watching, are they branded AEW fans? And everything is fine. You said was Lux happy with everything?
Yeah, he was loving it. I mean, like he recognized the fuck ups and the stupidness of some things, but he was all in. He was loving it.
We've talked in the past. I think modern wrestling fans want the fuck ups.
Yeah.
I think they legitimately like it now. It's part of the show they want to see.
Well, here's a part of the problem. All right, and we've all been perpetuating it. But honestly, if you think about it, like botchamania is a problem.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, you're right.
Right. Because it's almost like, because people don't make highlight videos of wrestlers anymore. Have you noticed that?
Right. It's all the botches.
Right. It's these botches. There's more like either podcasts or reviews or botch videos that I see. And but it's almost like, I mean, it must be like some stupid badge of honor for these dorks now, because I mean, they're all like, they're all just like, if somebody asked me, if I was a wrestler and somebody asked me to do the intro for Botchamania, I'd be like, no. It's like, I know kayfabe is dead and everything, but you shouldn't. But that's the thing, is everybody's in on the joke. I'll be on Botchamania for that. We've heard wrestlers say that out loud. It's like,
and like, I don't understand some of these storylines for some of these matches I keep seeing, and AEW is mostly guilty of this. That they're wrestling for somebody's contract. What? What?
Dude, it's been terrible for a long time, man.
And I'm like, wait a minute, what? That doesn't make sense. Then I watch WWE and I'm going, okay, you got the hottest storyline in the business right now in the Bloodline. And you were starting to fuck it up. And thank God yesterday you got pulled back a little bit, like, thankfully.
Well, but they realized they screwed up at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they did. They painted themselves in the corner.
Pedro and I talked about this, and maybe we have too, James, but like ever since WrestleMania, the buzz has been way down.
Absolutely.
I mean, I just, like before WrestleMania, there were so many people like, oh, acknowledge him. He's the king. And I mean, but after, those same kind of people just weren't excited anymore. They're like, oh, well, okay. It's like,
it was a jerk off. It was the one big jerk off. That's what happened.
And the thing is like we saw it happen too with, sometimes you have to give people what they want, but sometimes you don't. But that was definitely, they definitely screwed up the whole thing with Cody, because that would have been the perfect thing. Because if you weren't going to let Cody win at WrestleMania, then why not have Sammy win it at the pay-per-view before?
Right, exactly.
So, but but
going for some kind of record is the only thing I can think of. They're going for
I mean, okay, whatever, but
that big gold belt is fucking that yellow plastically looking shit is ugly, horrible.
Right.
Fucking new belt for Roman. Not even know why, but okay.
So here's the thing with
and they finally pulled it back a little bit last night. I finally got back on track because you're absolutely right, Zeus. After WrestleMania, they fucked it up.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So if they want Roman, Roman breaks Pedro Morales at 1,027 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. But then it jumps from there to Bruno's second reign, which was 1,237. So that's another, 7 months?
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're gonna keep him. Like you're gonna keep him again till, and then Hogan's is 1,474. So that's basically
That's almost another year.
past another WrestleMania.
Yeah, right.
To do that, and it's just like,
I mean, let me ask you a question. Do you think they're trying to erase all the past, all the bullshit? So, like, every time you think of WWE, it's all about the now?
well, they've
Our
definitely
greatest
been doing
champion,
that for a long time.
our greatest champion is Roman Reigns. Our greatest international champion, intercontinental champion is Gunther. You know, they're like been pushing it. You know, nothing about the lineage. No Pedro Morales, no Don Morocco, no Honky Tonk Man.
It is a honky tonk. They are trying to go after all the records. I mean,
Yeah.
But I mean, but the whole thing is if people kind of realize that they're, you know, that they're going to try to do that with Roman,
it becomes boring, right? It becomes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's
a problem we've talked about on this show before, and the problem is that they kind of had this problem before with Brock Lesnar, and the problem is with these kind of title reigns and these kind of buildups. At some point, it becomes you cannot believe anyone will really be able to beat this person.
Right.
This was why we were saying Cody needed to do it, because everyone else had that stain of losing to Roman already. Everyone already had that on them, so you didn't realistically believe anyone.
And Pedro, if you were going to pull the trigger, then you pulled it with Sammy because it was a surprise, and he was hot. He was on fire at the time.
But yeah, I mean, now it feels like you have to build someone else to do it, or it's just going to be underwhelming. But
also, like the thing, James, with Sammy though, was it was kind of easier to understand the transition of him not winning, because then with him and Kevin Owens back together, they could go after the tag team titles, which they did.
True.
And that made great sense. And
true, absolutely.
And then it just.
I don't understand this story with Lesnar and Cody Rhodes either.
Let me throw something out there that we've said before. In a way, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Like, whatever they do, they're still gonna make money. It's not gonna.
Oh yeah,
and that's the thing is, like, no matter. It's like no matter what WWE does, they just keep falling ass backwards into millions and millions of.
Yeah,
it's like
the business model is such that the booking and the quality of the TV or the this and that isn't really important. Like, this is a thing about wrestling in general. We just said it about AEW. Like, is there an AEW logo? Fans are happy. Is there a WWE logo? Did the circus come to town? Basically, is the WWE in town? The circus is in town. The kids want to go. They want to go see the circus. The parents want to go give the kids a good time at the circus. Buy them, the merch, this and this. It doesn't matter who's the ringleader, who's the who's
absolutely. It's the logo, right?
The circus is in town. The WWE wrestling is in town, because the WWE equals wrestling for most people in the general popular consciousness. The wrestling is in town. The circus is here. Let's go. It doesn't matter if the show is good, the show is bad. If this angle's hot, this angle's not. It can be good, it can be bad. It doesn't matter. The business model is such that the circus is in town. Here's the money. The circus is on TV. We're going to pay you for having it on TV. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just,
they're killing it.
We are looking at it as fans, right? Because we want it to be good.
Right.
Like, we want the show, we want the stories to make,
or at least it be, or at least have it be like something, maybe something cohesive,
Right, we're looking at it as fans. We're not, because we're not looking at it as business people or whatever. Like, they're just, it's just a business to them, and we're like, oh, the story, this, and they're just like, we're making money. It don't matter. Like, in the past, like the territory days, it was hand in hand. The booking had to be good. The shows had to be hot for the crowds to come every week, for the people to come watch it every week, so the people would the sponsors would pay for the ads on your TV show and stuff like that. You needed stuff to be hot for everything to make money, right?
Mm.
It doesn't matter now. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're absolutely right, Pedro. Absolutely right. And I'm sorry, but that new World's Heavyweight Championship means absolute dick to me. It means nothing.
of course not. None of these
Yeah,
things mean anything.
It
it's
doesn't.
hideous.
It's like, why not elevate the Intercontinental strap? Then it just doesn't make sense. But again, it's wrestling. It's not supposed to make
No,
sense,
no,
right?
they've trashed the Intercontinental belt. Probably never going to mean anything much again.
It's sad too because it was a good workman title, but now it's
I
nothing.
mean, but that they have not. Nobody has treated. They haven't really treated the Intercontinental title as you are the number one contender
Right.
for what 20 years,
Yeah.
Right.
maybe longer. So definitely before the buyout.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah.
I mean, when I was younger, like the whole stuff with Ricky Steamboat winning the title, the
Right.
Honky Tonk Man's title reign, the Ultimate Warrior's reign, the stuff like that, Mr. Perfect, etc., Bret Hart's title reign. I was more into that at times than I was the WWF title, because you always knew Hogan was getting the title.
Yeah,
You always
Hogan
knew
was going to be a foregone conclusion, and
Right.
that made it more interesting.
and it was just a preference of myself. I really liked the way that run of the Intercontinental title belt looked. So the belt had like a lot of appeal to me. So that one, and for some reason, I really loved the tag team titles they had back then. So those two belts really appealed to me, along with the Texas belt, as we know, and the TV title. These were the belts that really jumped out at me the most. But
wrestling. But at least last night they started trying to band-aid their mistake with this bloodline storyline. So let's see what they do in the next couple of weeks. So
yeah, I watched a bit of it before we went on the air. It seemed like a really good segment from what I saw. Though I like the way that they did it. I mean, it's like a lot of these segments they've done in this storyline where they make you feel like it's going to go one way, and then they pull the rug out from under you and stuff. But yeah, they did a good job. Like the bloodline story has been good for a long time. I mean,
I still don't understand the whole thing with Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, but go figure.
It's a time wasting thing before they heat Cody up for either the title, one of the titles, whichever one they decide to give him. If they decide to give
abomination of a belt. Now it's what is it officially now? It's what the WWE Undisputed Unified Championship. Is that what it is now?
Let me look it up. Man.
And like everybody was trying to put the fucking belt over, and I'm like, why?
Let's see. So WWE Championship, WWE Universal Championship. The Undisputed Championship, WWE Undisputed Championship.
Okay, that's what it's called now. Kaka.
So, yeah, it's called Kaka now. It's called Kaka.
Oh, wait a minute! Isn't this Hey Zeus? Isn't this Crockett Cup weekend?
He is Zeus is had to step out for a moment.
Oh, okay. Isn't this Crockett Cup weekend?
I can find out. Hold on. I just gotta scroll up. Crockett Cup. Let's see, 2023. It is June 3rd through 4th. Yeah, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
North Kakalaka.
North Carolina.
Wow.
It's gonna be a slobber knocker. No, I'm joking.
With 19 teams. No, I'm sorry. 60.
look at some of these other things. On night one, you're going to have EC3 defending the national title against Thrill Billy Silas Mason. Who the fuck is Silas Mason?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I legitimately don't know.
Thrill Billy's Cyrus Space now.
There's going to be a hardcore team war. I'm not sure what a hardcore team war is, but it's going to be between La Rosa Negra, Samantha Starr, and Maddie Rinkowski and Misa Kate versus Pretty Empowered, which is Ella Envy, Kenzie Page, Kylie Page, and Roxy. And Baby Doll is with La Rosa Negra, Samantha Starr, and M95. So, yeah, whatever. You read into that and see what you want. And then Daisy Kill and Tylos versus the Miserably Faithful, and Eric versus Eric Jackson, and Jeremiah Plunkett versus the Outrunners in a 4-way tag team match to determine the number 24 seed in the tournament. So that's on night one. And then on night two, you got Kenzie Page defending the women's television channel. There's a women's television title.
You got me. I have no clue, Pedro. No clue.
Against to be announced. There's a 6-way scramble to determine the number one contender for the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship. And Camille defends the NWA World's Women's title against Natalia Markova.
I thought you said Natalia. I was like, what?
Project Up Weekend, Zeus.
Hey, Zeus. We were just going over the car for the Crockett Cup. It was unbelievably trash.
Yeah.
Oh, did y'all see that stuff where Billy Corgan said, if you're not a fan of Tyrus, you're not a fan of professional wrestling?
I can't.
And then to add to this, Camille, his NWA Women's Champion, said in some deal like, I don't agree with him. I don't agree. like don't pull me into this mess, boss. I don't agree with you.
I can't. I have, I mean, the only way I would see the show if someone gave me front row tickets for free, but then I go. Otherwise, no. I pass.
If I still lived in Winston, I would have gone.
You would have gone, Zeus?
Yeah, it's in Winston.
Yeah.
Is it God of Thunder, James? Of course he would have gone.
You would have to suplex one of these idiots, though. I mean, come on. I mean,
Look,
I would have had to make sure that there was no AML event for the day.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Right, right.
Because
Yeah.
I'd rather go see an AML event than the Crockett Cup as it stands this year.
Shit, I paid you real money if you fucking chair shot Tyrus for me. That'd be kind of hot.
If he what?
If you chair shot Tyrus for me. Oh, man. Speaking of girls, Pedro, all these women and Camille, you got the youngest NXT Women's Champion now, Tiffany Stratton. She's 24 years old. She did a good job. I give her propers. Not bad.
Every clip I see of her is just flippy shit. So I don't.
Well, she's a gymnast. I mean, she was a
for
national
modern wrestling. James.
Right. No, but she was like a national champion or some shit like that. So
Perfect for modern wrestling.
Yeah.
But
she plays the heel well.
Before, every clip I see from NXT is people doing just a bunch of dumb flippy shit, bunch of dumb convoluted flippy shit. And
that Dragon Lee Noam Dare spot was disgusting.
Noam Dare, like he couldn't hold on to him. Like they went for that deal and he couldn't hold on.
Again, I'm gonna say it looked like them two didn't want to work with each other. That's what that match looked like to me.
How the hell they name this poor guy that? I mean, his name is like just barely worse than Steve Macklin.
So, first off, it is his actual name.
God damn! I wouldn't have told anybody that.
He is. He is.
I would have super kicked my mother for that.
he's Israeli, and he's an Israeli born in Scotland. So
What the hell?
Oof.
that's how he ended up with that name. But now here's a question: we know if I doubt he ever goes to the. Well, actually, he was on the main roster before, but if he was to show up on the main roster again, what name will they give him? Because they're not
I
going to.
don't know, but he was Noam Dar before.
Right. He was like a mouthpiece with one of the divas or something before, right, James? He was with what's that girl's name? She had Fox in her name, right?
Yes, yeah. He was with Alicia Fox for a while.
Alicia Fox, yeah.
Then he was in the cruiserweights for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing that 205 live shit. Yeah.
Yep. He was in NXT UK.
Yeah. NXT UK, yeah. But he looked like him and Drag Lee looked like they were not working together on the same page at all. So that was a horrible match.
I told Zeus last weekend that when I watched some of the clips from like the NXT's Instagram, like I'll see their stuff on Instagram, and I just go, are they preparing wrestlers for the main roster of the WWE, or are they preparing wrestlers for AEW? Because everything I'm seeing, it looks like stuff like going to AEW. So this is why I bring that up.
But isn't that what NXT was before?
But well, I guess
they had a bunch of flippy shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
sort of.
I give credit to JC Jane and Gigi Dolan. They're the weaponized cage match. It was, it's fairly decent.
What's a weaponized cage match?
They had all the weapons around inside the cage: chairs, kendo stick, tables, garbage cans, etc., etc., etc. So it was already inside the cage. So they beat the shit out of each other. They were taking the shots legit. So I give them credit.
Okay, explain this again, James.
Okay, they had all the weapons that you would go from underneath the ring, right? All the kendo sticks, the tables, the chairs, the garbage can full of all the implements and all that shit. It's inside of the steel cage. So it's all propped up against the bottom rope of the steel cage. So it's all around the ring, and they all go for it. And they were going up the cage with the ladder, with the chairs, with the kendo sticks, etc., etc.
Yeah, I heard you the first time. I just wanted to do the eye roll.
Oh, okay. Good job. Good job. It was all right.
Didn't they call that? Didn't they call it something else? Like Raven used to call it like
Yeah, there was a Clockwork Orange match or some shit like that called before. Yeah.
Some Bowery match or something, right?
Yeah. What's it called, the Bowery of the Bell or some shit like that? I don't know. Right. What was the Bowery of the Hell of Bowery? Who the hell knows? But yeah, it was like that. Horse of Bowery, you know what I'm saying? So Horse of the Bowery. So it was all right. They were bleeding a little bit, so it was okay. It was interesting. I'm like, something. I'm just not a pretty face. Good for you.
It's so funny because how I came back into wrestling, and you two are still watching NXT, and I've never really, I never. It never.
Yeah, you never got into it. Yeah.
Brian Bell says, "I acknowledge you, Mark Out Mania."
Nice.
200 plus episodes. Acknowledge us.
Yeah.
I don't watch it anymore. I mean,
I'm just saying when I came back into.
Yeah. It was we James and I were definitely way into NXT.
But that's when it was really good.
Well, but James, this is one of those things. I feel don't go back and rewatch stuff. I feel this more and more about the last 20 years. Don't rewatch the last 20 years of wrestling. The older than that, fine. But the last 20 years of wrestling, I mean, even Lucha Underground, which we all love, don't go back and rewatch it. Just don't. fight,
but I was thinking about this because Luch.
Yeah.
He shared on his Twitter this morning a picture. It was like a picture book of one of those bands that played in between the matches at some of the Lucha Underground episodes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that was just like one of those neat little things that that they would do. And
Didn't one of the bands wear masks?
Yeah. A lot of them did.
Yeah.
No, I don't think all of them did they?
No, not all of them, because they had that one guy, Sergio. I can't remember his last name, but he's a famous guy. But yeah.
So, but I mean, it's just like that was just kind of that, that little flavor, and I think too the way that they had things, the way they had things stacked and everything. It was just like, there was that perfect balance of that hour. They put so many different things in it. It wasn't like any one thing to make it, weighted down. And, we were always, it left you, wanting the next week.
Yeah. It was
also
good.
What made Lucha Underground good too? What also made Lucha Underground good? It was only an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're like feeding for it, like you said. You was a crackhead. He's like, I want more lucha.
Yeah. We all wanted more of it. Or, it's just that it is what it is. But
I was like, my striker was actually good.
Yeah, I mean, and then NWA Power was good.
NWA Power was fun.
I mean, when you have The Rock and Ric Flair watching it live, the broadcast of it live, I mean, that says a lot. I mean,
yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Now nobody's watching it.
Do you blame them, Zeus?
Yeah, but I mean, remember we used to get on the live chat and watch.
Yeah.
James, you are not a fan of professional wrestling. Wait, sorry. I should have said that like Billy Corgan. Like, you're not a fan of professional wrestling. You are not a fan.
They should have a match between Billy Corgan and Tony Khan, and the winner gets 20 pounds of cocaine.
What? No.
Today is the day I make Tyrus the world champion.
Oh my god.
It's fucking Tyrus.
He's gonna win it again.
You'll
take your eyes out.
45-year-old dudes writing fake wrestling. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Brian Bell, that's you and I.
Be Brian Bell.
AI wrestling. Brian Bell introduced me to using Chat GPT for like sort of e-wrestling or whatever. It's kind of fun, but you just let the machine make up shit, and you're just like, whoa. It can do this. Oh my god!
Yeah, wait till Vince realizes he can just he can do video games and AI for.
Oh my god! Please.
Oh my god! Imagine using Chat GPT to book your shows. That would be amazing.
I have to say one more thing about the last weekend and the AEW show. That fucking Double or Nothing. I did mark out hard on one spot only because it was a running joke. Because how we chop on Moxley for blading?
Yes.
Every match. The opening moments of that match, he bladed the ref.
Are you serious?
I'm dead at. I marked out so hard. He bladed the ref.
Oh my god.
He bladed the ref. The ref was busted open and he showed it on the camera and he started laughing. I was like, that's incredible.
Zeus marked out for something on AEW's Double or Nothing.
Zeus, what?
Yeah. When Aubrey got hit over the head with a guitar.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Too bad she had to cosplay somebody else's falling down.
Yeah, she even did like an overly dancey, dramatic, like theater stage.
I'm surprised she wasn't doing jazz hands when she was falling.
She kind of was, if you rewatch it.
I'm surprised she wasn't doing jazz head, like moving her head like her hands. That would have been funny. Oh, Aubrey.
The only way I would play the new AEW game is if I know she's a playable character, so that's the only way I would play is if I get to beat up.
Yeah, but you would think the chair shot. I mean, you would think that the guitar shot would improve Aubrey's looks, but it didn't. I was upset.
I
was like, we made her head more oblong. Okay. But yeah, that was another nugget that I like. Fucking Moxley bladed the ref. Bladed the ref. Yeah.
The Adam Cole Chris Jericho match. I did not watch any of the show. But
the match was actually decent. It was actually pretty decent. It was the finish that left everybody quiet.
All I'm going to say is I think people need to find a Jim Cornette's take on this match because his rundown of this match is very hilarious. It was shown to me yesterday and is pretty funny hearing his take on the match. So.
It was a horrible finish, I can tell you that. That finish was disgusting.
Adam Cole does nothing decent anymore. I agree with you, Brian. Hey, the guys too. I will say this: something happened to him from NXT to currently. His physique is completely gone.
Yeah, it's called concussion.
It's before that, James. As soon as he got to AEW, his physique was gone. Before the concussion, his physique was gone. So what happened to this guy? Like, is there some other medical thing going on that we don't know about that he can't train anymore? Like,
I guess Baker like her men's feminine. I don't know. I don't know.
But it affects. But look, it affects the wrestling. Like it affects you being able to take what he's doing with any seriousness.
He was a lot better shape in NXT. I agree, a lot better shape. I don't know what happened. Right.
I'm not saying his muscles were bigger, but he looked more toned in NXT than he did his entirety in AEW. His entirety
of AEW, he was tanned. Here he's pasty and he's flabby.
I mean, remember the match he lost to Orange Cassidy? So if you go back and watch that finish where Orange Cassidy is hugging him on that platform and Adam Cole's like lightly wiggling, like he's not even really struggling, he's just lightly wiggling. His body is just like flabby and moving around and stuff, and his body looks terrible. This is way before his concussion. He looks terrible. So something happened where he's just like, I'm not training anymore now. I just look like I look, and I get to play with my friends. And we just buy into him that he's a wrestler, but he just looks like skinny, flabby.
They had a mixed tag team match this past Wednesday. I haven't seen it yet. It was him and Britt Baker against Chris Jericho and Saraya. So
I mean, if Paige is involved, you don't need to see it. Don't worry.
Hey, on a slightly different note, you want to hear a blast from the past?
Yes.
Right, so this is the Pro Wrestling Illustrated official rankings for April 1st, 2012.
Oh, okay.
Wow. 2012.
So I'll start with the tag teams.
Mm-hmm.
At number 1, Jay and Mark Briscoe, the Ring of Honor tag team champions.
Yeah.
Number
Them
2,
boys.
Number 2, Samoa Joe and Magnus.
Oh my God! Wow. I remember that team.
Right, TNA World Tag Team Champions.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Primo and Epico, WWE Tag Team Champions. Then at 4, we got Tenzan and Kojima. Number 5, what they call them? World's Greatest Tag Team, Charlie Haas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But they were in Ring of Honor at this point.
Yeah.
Then Corey Graves and Jake Carter.
Oh my God.
Corey. I mean, we know who Corey Graves is, but who's Jake Carter?
I don't know, but they were FCW tag champs. Then Jun Akiyama and Akitoshi Saito were the number 7 because they were the GHC tag team champions. John Davis and Corey Chavis.
What?
John Davis and Corey Chavis were the NWA tag team champions at number 8. Number 9, Manabu Soya and Takao Omori, I've heard of him, were the All Japan tag team champions. And at number 10, it was Toru Yano and Izuka, which they typed in Izuki, were the number 1 contenders to the IWGP tag team.
Hey, so I looked up who this Jake Carter guy was, the one who teamed with Corey Graves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is the son of Vader. He's Jesse Allen White, Vader's son.
Oh, wow.
He was he apparently had a super short wrestling career. He had the stint in FCW, then he was on NXT, and he's finished by 2013. He's just gone.
Wow.
His last match was my birthday in 2013. So.
Oh wow! So a year after this, he was pretty much gone.
Speaking of sons, you know who they're wasting? Von Wagner. He was Bo Beverly's kid. When the Beverly brothers,
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's
that
being
Wayne
wasted.
Bloom.
Yeah.
So the top 10 singles wrestlers from April 2012 at number 1 at CM Punk, WWE Heavyweight Champion. Number 2, Bobby Roode, TNA World Champion. Sheamus, WWE World Champion. Then James Storm, number 1 contender to TNA World Title.
Save water, drink beer.
Yeah. John Cena at number 5. Big Show was the IC champion at number 6. Austin Aries, X Division champion at number 7. Davey Richards, Ring of Honor world champion. Jun Akiyama at 9. And number 10 was Adam Pearce.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he was NWA champ then?
NWA champion.
Yeah, he was NWA champion for like forever at one point. Yeah. He was just like perpetually the NWA champion at some point.
Yeah.
I think he's doing all right on Raw and SmackDown, the GMs or whatever. He's entertaining. He's okay. It's all right.
Yeah. So it's just, a little.
That's good. It's better reading Tyrus, number 6 or some shit like that now these days,
Yeah.
Because the world champions now suck. All the exceptions of Roman Reigns. All the exceptions of Roman Reigns.
James, are you telling me that the Impact World Champion Steve
that guy's amazing.
He's not top 10 of all time.
That guy should just wrestle in a balloon. Just leave us alone. It's horrible. Although I am enjoying.
Yes.
You know what I have to give credit? His in-ring skills have definitely improved. He's always had a mouth on him, but his in-ring skills have definitely improved. MJF. I know. But I watched him 2 years. I watched him 2 years ago, and he was completely atrocious in the ring, and now he can have a decent match. I'm like, good for you. He's at least improving, so good for you.
Someone's been around the Kool-Aid.
So did they use the?
Because that's an outright bullshit lie.
James. So when the bandwagon pulls up, did you get
God bless you, James. God bless you, James.
Macklin versus PCO, 5 stars. Yeah, Brian Bell. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm jumping on it. Yeah. I'm jumping on the MJF
Didn't they
bandwagon.
wrestle? Didn't they wrestle with like and like PCO had to rip like staples out of his mouth?
I don't know. All I know is that Macklin looked like a mess. That's when Bully Ray came in and after the match, and then he put Scott D'Amore into a flaming table.
Okay.
That's
He
what
should have put
happened.
him through a table with flaming Cheetos. No, I'm joking.
Flaming Cheetos, yeah. But yes, Zeus, I jumped on the MJF bandwagon. Okay, kiss my ass. All right, there you go.
Where's
They'd go buy a shirt, greatest heel in the world, MJF.
Shit.
Get you one of them ugly plaid scarves.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's gonna James's next profile picture is gonna have the scarf on.
No,
Right.
no, I'm good. I'll pass.
And it's gonna be him and Lux cosplaying in Halloween. Who's Lux would be CM Punk, right?
And Lux already has the scarf, by the way.
Hey James, is Lux marking out about CM Punk returning?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Wow.
Yeah, because he needs to. I'm trying to explain to Lux that at this age, it's not about him anymore. He needs to learn about start putting people over, doing the right thing. Teach people what right, what not. Not. There's a time to speak up, and there's a time to keep your mouth shut. It's not all about Punk anymore. It's not. And he gets it. But he marks out because he wants to see CM Punk on TV. He goes, "Oh yeah," the crowd goes crazy. I say, "Yeah," because he doesn't show up in Chicago. Anybody shows up in their hometown is going to get a pop. Come on.
The crowd went pretty mild on that.
Guess what? Yeah, on Collision, CM Punk.
Right.
It was like that.
Because the incident was so divisive. Like before pretty much AEW fans put up a pretty unified front.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's been so much bad mouthing of Punk since he's been gone because the elite babies are not backing down. They haven't
They're actually showing balls, Zeus. Look at that.
Who?
The elite babies.
No, they're not. They didn't take any responsibility for all that crap.
Well, that too. I totally agree. That too. And then you heard a whole bunch of shit say, "Oh, but if you bring CM Punk back, I'm going to leave." Ain't nobody left. Ain't nobody left.
I mean, but as far as stupid decisions, it's like that whole thing was full of them. But I mean,
it was absolutely.
But any managers in a business situation should not have had any kind of interaction like that.
Yeah.
Right. That's not going to fly. That's not going to fly past HR in any other kind of a business.
Brian Bell saying that CM Punk and Jay White will be the story on Saturday night. I feel bad for Jay White.
Punk and Jericho. Anyway.
I feel bad for Jay White. They're going to fuck him up.
Oh, well, we knew that.
They've already fucked him up.
Yeah.
I know.
He had to hold Commander's hand while Commander's just like jumping for an hour. I mean,
yeah, I know.
So
now they're doing the thing with him and Juice Robinson are trying to recreate the Bullet Club and like blow it up again or whatever.
Yeah, but so here's the thing: is like when you've successfully the fan base has done this to themselves, so that where it was a point where they were all on board for CM Punk to show up.
Right.
And of
then
course
you got CM Punk. Then you got him. And this is what happens when you get him.
I'm not a huge fan of his or anything, but I mean, what was he lying about? I mean, he's right. No, he was absolutely right. But there's a way to go about Zeus. But we don't know that that's the case. We don't know that what he did was bad. I mean, when he
his
says
behavior
I'm surrounded by children, I mean he's not lying.
Right.
You know, is Tony's dumbass that had him saying his shit in public.
Right.
Right.
So
Right.
okay, Punk shouldn't be saying this at the press scrum, right? But
Right.
But much like some other things that have happened, including the thing with Andrade and Sammy Guevara, everyone knew something's about to happen. So everyone knows, and apparently from the stuff we've heard here and there, everyone knew there's bad blood between Punk and the Elite, right?
Mm.
And they know that he's agitated. He comes back for his thing with John Moxley, and he's agitated about it. He's making comments on the air about it. So if he's already made comments on your television show live on the air that he wasn't supposed to be making, why are you putting him in this press thing, or why aren't you cutting him off during the press thing or trying to do something, right? Why do you let it get away with it? It's because this guy doesn't know how to manage people. He doesn't know how to manage personalities. He doesn't know how to diffuse anything. I mean, the thing with him and John Grisham, if you read some of the stuff about that whole deal became a mess because he just kept getting blown off because Tony Khan didn't want to have like uncomfortable conversations with this guy. So then it became a scene backstage.
Yep.
No adults.
No adults.
No.
Everybody's in kindergarten. Everybody's a kindergarten student, and there aren't any teachers. That's the problem.
They should not have gone to see Punk in his locker room. They should have sent someone like to go talk to at least open
The whole thing. This whole thing has been mishandled from jump. From jump.
But I mean, but now it's like so many months removed. Everyone should just be like, okay, let's just.
You would think some concessions had to be made and some handshakes had to be done because he's coming back. Right?
I mean, that's not the case because that's why they're not working together. If there was handshakes and people grew up and could
no, but don't you think Zeus is coming back? So I mean, if you and I had a beef and I'm going to come back and we're going to start doing this thing again, I would think the first thing I would do is come up and shake your hand and say, "Listen, the past is the past. Let's start fresh. Let's do this from here on out." I mean,
but
James,
you don't you turn that into a storyline. It's just it's just like Brett and Sean.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, hey, I mean, you want another example that's not Brett and Sean? Look at what happened between Matt Hardy, Edge, and Lita.
Yeah.
Right. Look at that whole mess. And when they finally brought Matt Hardy back, they work a match. They work a little program. Yeah. They did this.
And everybody was super excited. They wanted to see him put some oomph into it, you know, a little bit of extra stank on the chops and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
it's telling me fans
that's
don't
the smart
want to
idea.
See,
that's the smart
fans.
move.
Everyone wants to see Punk versus the Elite now. Like after that whole thing that happened last year, if you come back and it's Punk versus the Elite, everyone's going to watch it. Like I might peek in to see, like, you know, oh well.
But that's what I'm talking about, Pedro. You fucking shake hands, you put the past in the past, and then you go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But they're like you were saying that, you know, they keep them separated.
That's what it's sounding like they're going to do, right?
Oh yeah, they are. They're not putting them.
See, then what's the point?
I mean, they went from talking about Jericho.
It's going to be toxic again. Then you're asking for shit to build up again if you're going to keep it like that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. What's the deal with Tony Khan in wrestling? He doesn't know how to book it. What's the deal?
I like cocaine.
That song was funny as fuck.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man. That was some good shit.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. It's just, you know, as much as I try to keep away from everything, like I still put Raw on the background. I still have SmackDown on in the background. I had SmackDown on in the background as I'm watching the Yankees get their ass kicked to the Dodgers. So it was like, yeah.
I saw Angie's Instagram stories. I was wondering what I didn't see what the score was.
Yeah, game one went to the Dodgers. Leave it at that. And the fucking Yankees got their ass handed to them. So it was, it's like, you hope for something good to come out of the bullshit, like you said, the whole thing with Edge and Matt Hardy.
I don't care what happens with AEW. Like, if you want to know my hope for AEW, I hope AEW crashes, burns, and goes away. Now that's petty or whatever.
What?
And everyone says, "Oh, it's work for the wrestlers, this and this."
Don't you want to see Forbidden Door?
No, I didn't.
Don't you want to see Kazuchika Okada take on the Elite?
No, because he's going to end up jobbing for him.
I know. Don't say that, Zeus. See, don't remind me of that.
Well, there you go. It's going to happen.
That's what they all do. Like, there is a thing that they've been. They really want Stardom wrestlers to be in AEW. Tony Khan's even been addressing it in the media scrums that he wants them in, and he's claiming, "Yeah, we're going to have some kind of deal." And the reality is, they're probably going to get like Momo Kogo or something, like some of the jobbers, some of the lower wrestlers who never win at all. And people are upset because they're like, "It's Forbidden Door. We should be getting the top stars." But that exact day, Stardom has a pay-per-view going on. They're not going to be sending the big stars to anywhere because they're.
Can you imagine Okada and Tanahashi tag teaming in AEW for Forbidden Door and they're jobbing under 5 minutes?
Yes.
Here's the thing. They're it's Tanahashi, Okada, and Ishii is the
six-man chat, right?
And they're getting ready to wrestle Cesaro and Jon Moxley and Shota Umino.
That's right. I forgot all about that.
Well, we all know who's going to win.
The darkest timeline.
Yeah.
Actually, where's Great O'Connor when you need him? Go in there, beat the shit out of all of them.
Remember last year when Great O'Connor was gonna like choke slam that guy and that guy jumped too soon and they're just kind of like,
Who was that?
It was one of the best friends, I believe, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah.
Who's the guy that no-sold everything?
Shota Umino. Shota Umino was the one who was no-selling everyone.
Yeah, no-sold everything. I loved it. He said, you're no good. You were there with chopping them.
He got into Tony's stash, and that's how he ended up. Nothing good plays him.
2 bumps, and it's time to play the game.
What was that one drug? Was it PCP? Where people take PCP and they would just become like
invincible. Yeah.
Years ago, someone high on PCP attacked one of the post office here in Huntsville, where I live in Huntsville, Texas. This is an actual incident that happened. This guy was high on PCP, and for some reason, he went on a rampage at we have 2 post offices, but he went on a rampage in one of our post offices. And it took I can't remember how many police officers, a ton of police officers to get this guy down because he was just smashing everything in sight. He was just unstoppable high on PCP. So that was Shota Umino on.
Yeah, kind of like the how the Wild Samoans were.
Yeah. I think they had PCP in their blood. They were like that when they ate.
I mean, literally, the first time I ever saw the Wild Samoans, they sold nothing. Like nothing. Like nothing even phased them.
You know how impressible you are. You're a young kid. Yeah. I saw the Wild Samoans, and that was when Lou Albano was managing them. Remember?
Yeah.
And I don't know who I was scared of more. I think it was a Samoa's Alpha Osika or Lou Albano. Because all three look scary as fuck. All three of them, I was all scared of them.
Yeah, that was late 70s, and we were really young, too.
Yeah. And then everybody fell in love with Captain Lou after that. So, weird.
Yeah, when Hulkamania and WrestleMania were about to crank up, everybody was because Captain Lou he managed
He's managed
and then the British Bulldogs.
Yeah. And Piper hit him over the head with the gold record or some shit.
Oh,
so everybody went, yeah.
So a little bit of breaking news. I didn't know this. Yota Tsuji has joined LIJ.
Really?
Who?
Tsuji.
Yeah.
Oh, Tsuji has.
Yeah, he's. I'll send you all the thing in the market.
Interesting.
It reminds me, why is what's his face on the collection card holding the new? I have the card of him holding up the strap.
Because he went and challenged him for it. That's why.
Yeah, we had a whole discussion about it in the chat.
You did. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I missed that. I got to go back to that now. I was like, wait a minute, what's this?
Oh, it's easy to miss stuff. But yeah, because where was it? I'll find it.
I'm like, what is this? Why is he holding up the strap? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, see, Zeus had posted that thing, and I said I have questions like, why is Yota Tsuji of all people holding the IWGP title in the air? Is he challenging for the title? Zeus said yes, he is. And I said, and if so, Sonata versus Yota Tsuji is like the most modern wrestling sign of the times title match they could have.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm still not buying Sonata's champ.
He's just a little bit out of he was just a young lion within the last 2 years, and now he's challenging for the title.
Well, look at his challenges. It was Hiromu. Now it's Tsuji. Like, come on. Why? I haven't watched New Japan in a while. So
didn't he defend against Naito once?
No, I don't think they have.
I haven't. Not to my knowledge, I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
I mean, I saw the thing with Hiromu, and now you guys telling me about Tsuji.
Yeah.
He had one more. Didn't he have one more title defense before this?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
I'll find out. I'll find out.
Hiromu can't be his first, right? No.
Sonata's like, he's all shy. He's like, Hiromu was my first.
Pedro. Fuck.
James getting blasted today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. I'm laughing, so it's good.
Oh man, that's not like.
I'm on the MJF fucking the bandwagon, you fucks. So there you go.
Okay. Title reigns. Let's see.
Yeah, but is Hiromu his first or no? I could have sworn there was somebody else.
About to find out. Hold on. So let's see. As IWGP champion, there's April 8th he wins the title from Okada. Then May 3rd he defends against Hiromu, and that's it so far.
That's it so far. Okay. All right.
Just one. So it took him about a minute longer to defeat Hiromu than it did for him to defeat Okada.
Wow, look at that. That's quality booking right there.
That's he wanted the first time to be special.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Roasted and toasted.
Yeah.
We really don't like Sonata as champion. I can tell.
Nobody likes him as champ. He's not viable.
Oh, he's got a legion of fans. Don't think that.
No.
That's not true.
No.
In Japan,
I'm sure he does, but does does anybody do any of us like him as a champ?
I mean, he's certainly a lot better than Steve Macklin.
Well, fuck, man, Aubrey Plaza's better than Steve Macklin. So there you go.
Now I have to look up how many title defenses has Steve Macklin had so far.
Steve Macklin.
Oh, that guy.
And coming to the stage, it's Steve. Oh my goodness, Steve. Let's see, Steve Mac and Cheese Macklin. Now here's a question: have you been keeping up with Impact at all, James?
Here and there, I haven't really got into it.
What?
I've seen like 2 minutes of this. Like a minute and a half of that. I haven't really.
Okay. So April 16th, Steve Macklin defeated Kushida for the vacant title. April 29th, he defeated Rhino in a title defense on TV. And then May 26th, he defeated PCO in a no disqualification match on Under Siege pay-per-view.
That's the match where Scott D'Amore gets put through a table, right? Flaming table by Bully Ray. Ooh.
Yeah, I think they also had PCO pulling staples out of his mouth and stuff. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Oof.
For quality entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. Quality entertainment. And I was a lot of people were defending Gigi Dolan and all this stuff. Let's not forget, Gigi Dolan is the woman who pulled a bloody tampon out of a fucking wrestling
Yes, I know. A lot of people have forgotten about that.
Okay? Let's not forget. And her boyfriend's a fucking Hitler sympathizer. All right? So let's keep it real here.
Wait. Who's her current boyfriend?
Remember the guy who used to tag team with Wesley?
Okay, you're talking about the one who
Nash.
He was part of the what were they
Nash
called?
Carter.
Rascals?
Yeah,
Were they called the Rascals or something like that?
Yeah. Nash Carter.
Now, it's not. I don't feel it's accurate to say he was a Hitler sympathizer. He
really?
was shaving, and he made a jokey thing when he's shaving, because he left a little thing and made a little jokey deal.
Yeah, he made a swastika.
No, he made like the Hitler mustache. He's shaving, and he made the Hitler mustache, and he did the Zig Heil thing with his arm or whatever.
Well, what the fuck do you call that, Pedro?
But James, that's not necessarily being a Hitler sympathizer. That could be making a terrible joke. Like, we don't have
terrible. That's an understatement.
Like the poor judgment is that he filmed it, right?
Yeah.
He filmed this and took a picture of it. That's the poor judgment on his part. But
Nazi
in context, we can't say that he's sympathizing with the Nazis necessarily, as it is he's making a joke in very poor taste. Like, we don't know. We can't say concretely one way or another. Is it a joke in poor taste, or is he a Nazi sympathizer? You can't say.
Nazi bastard.
It's all none of it's good.
No. So let's not. So back to the original point. Let's not get all crazy about Gigi Dolan and her performance. Great, it was good, but I mean, she is the one that pulled the tampon out of her fucking trunks.
Yes.
And fucking stuck it in somebody's mouth.
She was who was it? She was married to at that time, Darby Allin. She was married
Darby
to
Allin. Yeah, I'd leave too after that. You did what? I'm out. Peace. Got my DNA over some other girl's mouth.
Hey, remember remember her and Joey Ryan and all of them were defending all that stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, especially Joey Ryan. He was defending everything. Yeah.
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 I mean, it's funny. Like
I used to like Joey Ryan too. So
I know, but you remember, I hated the Joey Ryan shtick. That stuff. I hated that stuff.
All the stuff he did outside of Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated those spots. I hated all
that
spots.
shit too. All that.
Oh yeah,
blow pop stuff.
The
all
that stuff.
Was the chip?
Remember that that mega fan for that Impact mega fan?
Yeah.
And Joey started working there, and the dude and Joey did one of the lollipop things or the blow pop things or whatever, and gave it to him.
Yeah,
and he was like, "There's nothing bad about that. This is great. This is you don't like it, it's your problem." I'm like, bleh.
Nasty bastard.
And then, I bring up the Joey Ryan thing for a reason, because Effie has been doing some of the old Joey Ryan spots in the past few months.
Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's shocked.
And they're saying, you remember the way the people used to defend Joey Ryan, like, oh, this is all consensual. We all agree to this. They're saying the exact same stuff all over again for this Effie
now,
guy.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. Now, I don't know how you would be, but I know how I would be. Remember when Joey Ryan and Brandy Rose had that match?
Okay.
And that's when he gave Brandy Rose the tiplex?
Yeah.
He suplexed her by her tits. Remember that?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The blue
right.
He did that to a lot of women.
To everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you're Cody Rhodes, how would you be? Honestly.
I would have told, I would have said, I'd really rather you not wrestle him.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
I mean, if you want to watch something interesting, well, no, I don't even know if it's on YouTube anymore, but they used to have Joey Ryan versus Scarlett. What's Scarlett's last name?
Scarlett Bordeaux.
Yeah. Scarlett Bordeaux in like a bra and panties match. So these two had a bra and panties match. It used to be on YouTube. I don't know if it still is, but that thing is weird. It's pretty weird.
I mean, you want to be a supporting partner, but don't you have to draw a line somewhere? Like, put your hands off.
I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have been supporting. I wouldn't have been supporting wrestling Joey Ryan at all.
Right,
male or female.
That's fair enough. Right.
I mean, far and away, the best thing that he ever did was had somebody else decide exactly what he did, and that was in Lucha Underground. Yeah.
When he did the cop, he was good. Yeah.
Right. When he was the scum bucket.
Yeah.
Cop. That was perfect. He did that really well. And he didn't have to do, Joey Ryan shit. They should have changed his name. They should have made him a different character. Because his name didn't add anything to the story at all.
That's true.
That should have been a proprietary character, because he didn't take anything away from it either.
Right.
He just kept being the same scumbucket, person he is in real life. And,
Speaking of Lucha Underground, are we romanticizing Lucha Underground because everything else is so bad lately?
No.
I don't think I have been. No.
We watched the opening match from the Crockett Cup '86 last week, because it's on YouTube. It's high def,
Mm-hmm.
It's not high def, but it's that master. It's made from that master that's got no commentary on it.
Right.
So we started watching. We watched the Fantastics versus the Fabulous Ones,
which on paper should be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty good, and it's kind of interesting because Stan Lane was going to be involved heavily against the Fantastics as part of the Midnight Express after the next year when Dennis Condrey would leave. So we're also making some good comments about how like Steve Kern was he was definitely riding on the coattails of Stan Lane's looks.
Remember when Steve Kerr went to WWE and did Skinner? I almost wanted to throw up when I saw that. I was like, what happened?
Well, he was pushing it. He was pushing the good looks and all that as far as he could.
Yeah.
And they had a short reunion in USWA.
Really?
Yeah. And
I don't remember this.
yeah, and they were USWA tag team champions and like Stan was still being the heel and everything, and Steve Keirn was like, we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to cheat anymore. We're responsible adults now or whatever. And it like I said, it was a short thing.
The short run.
Yeah, but that might be because that time I met Stan Lane in 1999 when he was working at that gym I was delivering to, and he gave me that that autographed photo of him and Steve Keirn. He was actually surprised I remembered them, from back then. So
it's amazing how this weekend is the Crockett Cup, and Pedro ran down the list, the old card, and how we can just sit there and our mouths drop because how far it has fallen. Because I remember the Crockett Cup was one of the premier events of the year.
right,
Everybody, and I mean everyone. If you were a WWF guy, you were an NWA guy, if you were a world class, it didn't matter who you were. It didn't matter who you rooted for. Everybody was up for the Crockett Cup because you knew teams were going to be brought in. It was going to be hot,
Yeah, and I mean, we had, the benefit of, that it was such a huge field, that they were able to do, all those teams, and then and then in 2019 when they brought it back, and it was a small field.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. It was still good in 2019. It was good with the Ring of Honor guys and all that shit.
Yeah, that's what at first. I used to I remember complaining a lot about the limited number of teams and everything.
Right.
But honestly, I mean, I'd rather watch that. I'd rather have been to that than this what they're doing now. Because I mean, honestly, when you look at the brackets, so many matches for just 2 days. It's like there's gonna be a lot of short matches.
Yeah.
And it probably going to be some fuckery.
Oh
too,
yeah.
I mean, there's going to be something like, somebody's going to come, like the promoter, promoter's going to come to the ring and be like, oh, well, the duty guy and the daddy guy got jumped in the back and they're not going to be able to, so the so-and-sos are going to be able to
they'll advance.
Round. So then we're going to go to the very next match right now, so.
Yeah. It even the second coming, like you said, because there's a lot of Ring of Honor guys. There's a few sprinkled. There's some New Japan teams sprinkled in there.
They had. Yeah, we got Nagata and and Kojima, and we got Guerrero Maya Jr. and Stuka Jr. I mean, that's
so it was some good shit. I mean, it was good. It wasn't like famous, but it was good.
Well, I mean,
this is just
PCO and Brody King, the Briscoes, the Rock and Roll Express were in it. Bandito and Flat Earther, Flip Gordon.
Yeah.
Flat
Earther, Jesus.
What's his name?
Excuse me.
Golf skirt and Britney boots.
They were mainstays. Yeah.
So I mean, because that they had those.
Is it Britney Boots the U.S. champ?
No.
Golf skirt is.
Yeah, I mean golf skirt. I'm sorry.
The national champion's EC3 at the moment.
Yeah, but who's
Oh,
the U.S.? Yeah, but isn't Goskett I could have sworn he held some belt in the NWA.
He might be the TV champion. Let me see.
Ah, okay.
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
But the thing too is, that they had the big singles match in between those, between the tag team rounds.
Right.
They had,
And
we
Nick
got to
Aldis.
see, Willie Mack and Colt Cabana, and then just the women's title vacant, decided by Allison Kay and
I remember her.
And what's her name? Santana.
Santana Garrett.
Garrett.
Yeah, that was horrible. And
I haven't seen Santana Garrett in ages. She just disappeared.
Yeah. And the of course the world title match was really good.
Yeah.
That was actually quite good. And that
I think Aldis showed up in Impact, didn't he?
Yeah, he's
now.
Impact.
Yeah. Where the hell else is he going to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
I mean, Mickey works there. It's not like he can go to Ring of Honor because he doesn't work for
Tony Cocaine.
Yeah. And he had the opportunity. They just weren't gonna put him over as NWA World Champion when they wanted him, back then.
Yeah, plus I don't think Tyrus would want a job to him. Because he can't, because it'll be a foreigner coming into our country taking our job. The damn immigrants come over here, can't be champion. I'm the champion. Idiot. So.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
So I don't know how much. You got to put the strap on him in Impact, right? I mean, you can't leave it on Macklin. I mean, really?
James, it's going to be on Macklin for a while. They're not going to give him this all these scalps en route to the title just for him to have it for like 2 months. He's going to have it for a while.
It's his turn.
Yeah, exactly. TNA Impact, their thing is you've been with us for X, Y, Z. It's your turn.
Your turn. Yeah.
It's your turn now.
Yeah.
It might be Moose's turn next. I don't know.
His contract
Moose is leaving, it sounds like.
He's leaving. His
Moose
contract
is leaving?
up. Yeah.
Who's going to hire Moose?
Hell do I know.
I don't know. Moose feels like he should be. If I'm Moose, I said Moose is one of those guys that feels like he should be an Impact lifer because he kills it there. I don't know if he goes anywhere else and he becomes anything significant.
Something I never thought I would hear anyone say is XYZ kills it in Impact.
Yeah, he has. Impact is a shit promotion, but he's made the made the best of it.
He's definitely one of those guys who are the majority of his career is in Impact.
Yeah, you really see Moose in WWE? No.
He's a little up age wise. He's a little up for it, isn't he?
What you want to bring him into Ring of Honor with Tony Khan and Ring of Honor? Okay, maybe. I don't see him on AEW.
He's 39 years old.
Okay. But so is Damian Priest.
Yeah. I know it's weird. I didn't think Damian Priest was as old as he is, but
actually he's older.
But when did he start wrestling though?
Let me see.
Priest wrestled. He was in New Japan back in the day. Remember?
No.
He was in Ring of Honor and stuff for a long time.
And he was in New Japan. Yeah.
Moose started wrestling in 2012.
No. Look up Damian Priest, Pedro. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But
what was his name in New Japan? Something.
His name in
Pan-
Ring of Honor was Punisher Martinez, wasn't it?
yeah, there you go.
Or
He went on the
Punishment
Punisher. Yeah.
Martinez times. So he started training in 2015 is when he made his debut.
Mr.
And-
Wolf, how
and-
you doing?
and that's Damien.
Oh, Alawoofy! Hola.
Hey, what's up,
What? Pedro, can you tell us that Damien Priest is the time in New Japan?
Do
I've
I
sworn
know?
he was in New Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, let's see. I mean, it's part of his time in Ring of Honor. It's like tied because they had that relationship.
Yeah, that cross promotion.
Yeah, through Ring of Honor's working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling, Martinez appeared at the 2-day Honor Rising Japan 2017 event. On the first night,
I'm sorry.
Martinez
I thought
teamed
he
with,
left and went to New Japan.
No, Martinez teamed up with Los Ingobernables de Japón members Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito to defeat Dalton Castle, Tanahashi, and Taguchi. With Martinez picking up the win for his team. On the second night, Martinez unsuccessfully challenged Hiroki Goto for the never openweight title. Using the name Damian Martinez, he returned to Ring of Honor to unsuccessfully compete in the Manhattan Mayhem Battle Royal. So
he's up there. He's like 40 years old, Damien Priest.
yeah, he's 40. He's literally 40. He's going to turn 41 later this year.
Oh, so you can get somebody older, but it's Moose that guy? I don't know.
He also doesn't look it.
No.
I mean, he looks like he's about 32.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. I mean,
AJ Styles is in his 40s, right? And AJ Styles don't look it.
AJ Styles, I think Finn Balor is also in his 40s. AJ Styles is 46.
He's pushing 50. Look at that.
Let's see about Finn Balor. Finn Balor is 41. Any other ages?
Not everybody can look as crusty as Jericho.
Another thing that I was realizing too on collection was that with Goto, celebrating 20 years, it's like wow. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but I was like, shit.
Yeah, Rookie Goto. Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah, he's 43.
It's like
he's 43. Wow.
So you're like, you're looking at these guys, and like when you're looking kind of at the generations of wrestlers in New Japan, I guess that is part of this reason they're getting ready to kind of push this younger generation with Wato and Tsuji and
Jesus Christ,
because right, because Sonata's got some years underneath his belt.
Yeah.
Ishii's 47.
Yeah,
Ishii looks like he's 77.
Yeah, he does. Sonata, let me look up how old Sonata is. Sonata is 35. That's
okay. So he's right in his prime.
Yeah, he should be.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
about Taichi?
Taichi's got to be up there.
Let's see.
I'm gonna say 36.
You're gonna say 36? He is 43.
Wow.
Desperado's 39.
Well, shit. How old is Minoru Suzuki then?
He's my age. He's our age. He's like 52, 54. I think he's 54.
God bless him.
Yeah.
Naito is 40 years old.
Not his knees.
Yeah. And his knees not his spine.
No. Him and Tanahashi's knees are both about 80 years old.
So I think that's kind of where they're at now. It's like we're
well, like how old is Tanahashi?
Oh, let me see.
He's got to be pushing 50, right?
He is 46.
Yeah.
He's just like a year younger than me.
Wrap up my knee, young man. I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
No. That's Tanahashi.
Oh my God!
He had to wrap up his knee just to go to the bathroom.
Dude, I'm in a thing for hip hop music. How is this?
I don't know. That's funny as shit, isn't it?
There's a person.
A mix for me.
Hip hop music.
A YouTube recommendation, James. It popped up on my feed, and I took a picture of it.
Really?
Yeah, go look at the Markout Mania chat, James. You'll see it.
So Suzuki's 54.
Wow.
He's about to turn 55 in just a couple weeks.
So, yeah, he's older than you, Zeus.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Mix hip-hop music. Personalized playlist for you is Pedro Boys. He looks real gangster there, too, in that pic. I just robbed a 7-Eleven. Fuck you.
Yeah, let me play my latest hip-hop song. My name is Pedro, and I'm here to say... Oh, no.
Yeah, please stop.
I put your beef in my taco.
No. Do you want my chorizo? No. Anyway.
Oh, my God. We're off the rails. We're
out of time.
It's been a great show.
Yeah.
Everyone, what's going on, James? You got a lot going on this coming week. I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, to be honest, on Monday I find out I should have an exact surgery date on Monday.
Right.
Oh, good.
So I could pretty much plan around all of that. Now next Saturday, I would like to do the show, but I might be in one or three places since it's my actual birthday. So we got to see what comes up with that. So, and it all depends. I might be doing surgery this week too. So it all depends. Yeah, I don't know if they want to do it right away. I don't know if they wanted to wait. I don't know. So I'll know more everything on Monday, and then we'll just take it from there.
Early happy birthday to James.
Thank you.
That's right.
I'll be traveling with Horse, so it's good.
He'll be traveling with Horse. The Horse will be traveling to Jim's house.
You're a smelly pirate hooker. Go back to your home on Whore Island.
Zeus, you got anything coming up? How's the comic book coming along?
It's coming along pretty good. I'm on page 18.
Awesome.
Graduation's coming up. I can't remember if it's next week or the week after.
Oh, shit. Cap and gown Zeus.
Yeah.
Friday.
He's going to come out to Ric Flair's music.
Yes. Macho Man's music.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Friday, June 9th is the album release party for. I have a new album coming out on Friday.
Oh, okay.
It'll be out on YouTube and my Patreon, and then on that night on Twitch, I'll have an album release party. We're gonna listen to the whole album and jump. So, yeah.
Well, in the vein of Pedro, Jim House will be mixing live on Real House Radio on Thursday. So I'll send the link to you guys for that.
Nice. Yes. Okay. So that's awesome. We need to promote this.
You know what I'm saying? So Jim House is going live. So anything can happen.
Jim, anything can happen. You should do it from when you're getting the surgery done. You should
I have my little mixer on my chest next to my open heart. Zicky.
They use the beat of your heart.
Yeah, that's it.
Everyone take care. Have a great weekend.
A great weekend, everybody. Peace and love and soul. Thanks to Bree Brian Bell and Mr. Wolf for hanging out.
Yes, peace. Lots of positive vibes and energy towards James Wade. And
that's right.
Yeah. I'll know more everything on Monday, so it'll be good.
And big congrats to Zeus for graduation.
Yes. He's got. Are you going to take a staffing position after that? Because it seems like everybody comes to you.
No, probably just mentoring.
Okay, cool. That's good, man. That's good. Fucking A.
I like being here. It's
Zeus. He mentors.
Don't forget, Zeus's 2 action figures available at Dollar Tree everywhere. Zeus action figures.
Zeus will mentor you in the fine art of graphic design, and he'll school you on old school NWA. So you can have it both ways.
Yeah. So everyone, take care and adios.
Later.